Hello and welcome to another Travelling Man Warehouse sale video. You always seem to enjoy these and there was another one, so of course I went. So this time I went in the afternoon. I want to say I seem to be alternating what time of day I tend to go. This one I was there in the afternoon. I want to say about 1 p.m. It was really nicely quiet. I was able to look around at everything and it wasn't too busy. There were a couple of times I had to wait to be able to look at stuff, but not like that long. It was nice. I like it when it was this quiet. So yeah, they had loads of board games, they had loads of graphic novels, loads of RPG stuff, some miniatures, all sorts. Ben was there having a little look-see at the RPG stuff, and just past the RPG stuff was the manga, and I have already picked up my first volume. As I show very shortly, the prices of the volumes were varied this time, depending on size, and if it had a sticker, it was anywhere from £3 to £7. How they chose what got stickered, I have no idea. What I must say is I was quite impressed by the selection. There was a lot more newer, I'm going to say this in quotation marks, newer stuff than I expected. It wasn't like... I kind of expected a lot of really weird series that has been the last few times, like really bad isekai fantasy that is perfect for me, but usually less so for others. But this time, I actually felt there was a lot of newer stuff. And when I say newer, I mean like within the last year or so. There were still actually prints from this year though, and some new releases that I was actually hunting for or planning on picking up next time I bought manga, if I could see it in store online or something. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff and lots of different publishers as well, and it seemed to be a bit varied whether or not it was stickered or not. Stuff that wasn't stickered, I believe, was cheaper. So if it was not stickered, it would be £3 for a small volume and £5 for a larger one. And then if it was stickered, it was £5 for a normal size volume and £7 for a larger one. I've gotten myself all muddled. I like to use these warehouse sales as a great time to pick up a load of light novels for Benjamin. We are currently hitting the point where I will start picking up stuff to build up his Christmas present stash. So all the stuff I've picked up today that is light novels, Ben will get at Christmas time. And I know you're like, wow, that's really early, but I tend to only get him like a few at a time, and it just nicely builds up to give a nice big massive stack at Christmas. But yeah, there was a lot of newer stuff that I picked up. I think actually most of the manga that I picked up on this warehouse trip was some of the newer stuff. Some of it was a little damaged or a little dirty. I think that's probably why it was marked down. But for the price I ended up getting it for, very happy to just clean it up for that price. I will do a full haul at the end of the video, so you don't have to wait for a second video for everything. I'm going to do it all at the end. But as you can see, they had like this volume, which I think came out not too long ago. They had some newerish One Piece volumes. Yet Tokyo Pop, which RRPs at $14.99, which is really upsetting. Unordinary Volume 2 is a new release as well. I'm not sure if that was damaged or not, but for a large webtoon, very happy. I don't even think it was stickered potentially, which meant I think I paid £5 for it. I don't think I went as crazy as I have done at previous warehouse sales. Not for any particular reason. I was a little bit tired, so we were like not going as crazy as usual. I did forget to check the spreadsheet a few times. Naughty Caitlin. But also, I absolutely love when they show off their volumes like this. They have them all facing up. I know that'll probably have a lot of effort put into it to get them to stack this way, as I have done like photos where I've shown off series like that before. It is very painful to do. Very surprised to see like the Sign of Affection Omni, and I can't remember if that was stickered either, so it was going to either be £5 or £7. Here is what my basket was looking like at this point, and I still had an armful. So this is sort of just me doing a 360 of the area of the warehouse sale. It isn't a massive area, but there is still a whole bunch of stuff for you to check out. Also figures as well. Everything has deals of different sorts, so if you are around, do check it out next time they run one. And then we went into Leeds to hit the different stores in there, so we hit Forbidden Planet International. But Ben Planet International had some sale boxes on the floor, so of course I had to get on my hands and knees and go through them and ravage them to see what I could find. There seemed to be a bunch of light novels, and actually surprisingly a bunch of series that I think I've picked up in the sale section in FBI Leeds before. There wasn't a huge amount that jumped out at me, unfortunately, but I'm showing you at least what they had in case you're interested in hitting them up as well. So it's currently mid-July. I am recording this voiceover just the next day. It is mid-July. Whether or not they still have all these stuff, no idea by the time this video goes up. But do check it out if you're interested in some more sale stuff yourself. I got quite aggressive going through these boxes, not gonna lie. Something animalistic awakens in me when it comes to sale manga for some reason. Hadn't grabbed a huge amount of stuff. I don't think it'd been too long since I was last here. I don't think there's been too many new releases that I was rushing to pick up. So it was more just, are there any series that I fancy grabbing? And there were, for some reason. I still don't quite know why I decided to grab the series that I did, but hey ho, you'll see at the end when I show you my haul. And then we were off to Travelling Man, where they now have moved their new release section just to to the left when you go through to the second half of the store, and they had Viz new releases, including the new Komi, which slightly surprised me, and some others, as you can see me trying to build my pile. So Travelling Man do now also do 3 for 2 on 7 Seas, which is really, really wonderful to try and make up 3 for 2s. I really do love seeing a new release set of shelves. There's just something about it that just makes me really, really happy to see. I think someone had recommended Reborn Rich to me, so I was interested to see it was out. I had not realised at all that we had already passed release day. I was quite impressed by these shelves, especially all of that Delicious in Dungeon. Since the anime, it seemed to be out of stock everywhere, but restocks seem to have hit shelves now. A lot of places now have a full run, which is also wonderful to see. Once again, I wasn't overly after anything in particular, just a few new releases if I could see some, for like the Komi volume, which made me so happy. I did a little dance of joy. And look, there's beans! Ah! Sometimes some new releases do slip straight into the shelves normally, so I was just trying to see if I'd missed any that might have popped up. But I am completely unaware of when release dates are nowadays, so I'm just kind of hoping. I was quite excited to see the One Piece ships. I built one of them on livestream a couple of months ago. It took me absolutely forever, but I am slightly tempted to do some more because they are really, really cute. I like them a lot. And then Ben and I headed over to this place, which I forgot the name of, to have some ramen. It was okay. The egg was cold, which was weird. I'm not sure I'm going to rush back, but it was quite nice and hearty, though it was a bit muggy that day and a bit gross. I hope you enjoyed the vlog half of the video. Now I will send you over to past me to show off the haul. Hello and welcome to the haul part of the Travelling Warehouse video. Warehouse video. It is the next day and I'm going to show you what we picked up not just at the warehouse, we went into Leeds afterwards. I'll show you what I picked up in the stores there. Usually I do it all alphabetical, but today I am slightly rushing, so we're just going to group it by where it was picked up. So first we are going to start off with manga that we picked up at the warehouse. So as a reminder for how much the manga cost, it varied between £3 and £7 depending on size of volume and if it was stickered or not. So first volume is Shojin X Volume 4, which is actually the next volume I needed in the series. I think it is like... where is it on the shelves? There it is, you can see it. I don't have Volume 4. So quite excited to see it because I was going to pick it up soon anyway. It is in really decent condition as well. So yes, very, very pleased with this. Then we got 2 Persona volumes, Persona 4 Area Ultimax 1 and Persona 5 Comic a la carte. I'm not sure if that's a one-shot, both by Udon Entertainment. These are normally pricier volumes anyway because they are Udon Entertainment, so I usually don't rush to grab them normally. Neither of these are stickered, so these will have been a lower price. These are really nice condition as well. Next I picked up Unordinary 2. I do actually have Volume 1 and I have not yet read it. I really need to get onto it. I've been a bit put off reading webtoons because they're just so heavy and like I've hurt my thumb. My thumb doesn't hold volumes as well as it used to. Such a blurry thumb. I need to change my nail polish. Look how much it's grown out. And that is not stickered either, so I think that would have been about £5, which is insane. Then I got Volume 1 of Bless. I do own this volume and I have actually read it recently, but there were quite a lot of volumes for this, so I decided to pick it up and add it to my giveaway/trade pile. I do have a decent sized one. I tend to only share the trade pile if someone has something that I am looking for. I don't tend to share it as a free-for-all, if that makes sense, but if someone else has something I would like to trade for, that's when I tend to share it. And every now and again, if I see like a bunch of stuff for a good price, I will add one to the stack. Then I got I Can't Say No to the Lonely Girl. I was going to say volume on it. It does have a 1 on it. I was like, is it a one-shot? No, I think this is a GL. Yep, Yuri Runkom. I've been picking up a lot more BL and GL recently, as you will see shortly. I'm not sure if I've heard anything about this one. No idea. I do think it's a newer one though, especially because it's got the newer Credential logo, though I don't think that's that new anymore. It's a few years old now. Next we have Monthly in the Garden with My Landlord Volume 2. I think this is a fairly recent-ish release as well. Some of the corners are a bit bent, but that really, really does not bother me in the slightest. I only got Volume 1 rather recently as well, so I'm not sure how many volumes are currently out, but I don't think it's a long series. Next I got Volume 2 of Steel of the Celestial Shadows. I have not picked up Volume 1 yet. I'm fairly sure this is more recent. I'm not sure when this came out actually. April 24, so yeah, very, very pleased with that. Next I picked up Sketchy Volume 1. I have actually seen this around, but I've kind of put off picking it up because I don't like the cover. I don't like the cover. I'm so sorry if you do. I like that the pink edge is matte, and then that bit is shiny as well as the text, but I'm just not a fan. But I do like the colourful spine, and I was like, well, it's here, and it's in a pretty decent condition. Ooh, it's a Josei! Excellent! I can finally up that number. My Josei number is upsettingly low, and it isn't just because I don't buy Josei, there's just not that much in English print. Assorted Entanglements Volume 4, another GL series. This I think is fairly recent too. I think it just says 2024. I think I have 1 to 3, so I'll be able to read 1 to 4 now. Shikamori's Not Just a Cutie 13. I have been picking this series up secondhand on World of Books for a couple of years now, and I finally had a clear run to 9, and now I've got a gap in the series again. But considering this was like cheap, I'm not that opposed to now having another cap. A lot of people have likened this to Komi, so I'm really looking forward to getting into it. One of the reasons I haven't started reading it yet is I only actually got Volume 1 vaguely recently. After We Gazed at the Starry Sky Volume 2, I haven't read my Volume 1 yet. It was actually, I was going to say given to me by Liddy. I think it was offloaded is probably a better way of phrasing it. I didn't even realise it had more than 1 volume. For some reason I thought it was a one-shot. I don't really know anyone that is like massively positive about the series, which doesn't bode well, but hey ho. At least if I get it, I can get it cheap. Next I picked this up, The Black Cat and the Vampire 2. It is, I think, a vaguely new release from Tokyo Pop. I do know that this series RRPs for like $14.99. I think I paid £3 for this. It is very dirty and battered, so this needs a clean up with like wipes or something. Considering it's like an £11 discount, I don't really mind having to put a bit of effort in to clean this up with how pricey it is. It's so sad to see how expensive Tokyo Pop volumes are now. I do now have to get volume 1. I suppose that's less of a discount at that point. Next I picked up Canis, and I was going to say, I think it's number 1. That says number 1, right? Canis, which is a Kuma series. If you don't know Kuma, it is like the Faku LGBTQ equivalent. Since I realised that, I've been sort of gunning to pick a whole bunch more of these up, basically. And yeah, another one I didn't have. And it's still plastic wrapped, so was a nice, good price. Is it wrong to pick up Girls in a Dungeon Sword Oratoria 18? Spin-off from the main series. I have been picking up random volumes of this for years, secondhand or on sale sections. I don't think it's a horrendously popular series. Still missing quite a few volumes, including I think volume 1 of the spin-off. So I'll just keep going at it and getting through them. Next we got 2 volumes of Strike the Blood, 3 and 4. I think I picked up 5 to 10 a couple of months ago, and I'm now just trying to find the early volumes. I now just need 1 and 2. In my experience though, early volumes are usually the easiest to find, usually, because they tend to have more printed than anything. It's complete at 10, so I'm now very close to completing it. 2 Sword Art Online mangas, Sword Art Online Phantom Bullet Volume 4, which says is the final one. I love it when they do that. And Gun Gale Online 3. I don't have any volumes from Gun Gale Online, and I'm not sure if I have any from this. Sword Art Online has about 1,000 manga series, and I'm just very slowly picking them up. Again, mostly second-hand or in sale sections. There is a lot of them, I must say. It is taking a wee bit of time to get through them, but we're making progress. It's like a fun little puzzle. Then we have 3 Seven Deadly Sins. We have Seven Deadly Sins, Knights of the Apocalypse 1 and 4. I picked up some last time at the warehouse sale, and I was missing I think 1, 4 and 6. So now I just need 6 to have a clear run. And then also Seven Deadly Sins 7 Days Volume 1. I also picked up Volume 2 of this at the last Travelling Man Warehouse sale, which I think is only 2 volumes, this spin-off, so that is complete. Sakurai-san Wants to Be Noticed 2. Don't know much about it, except that I have 1 and 3, so at least I have a clear run. It has a bend there, but yeah, that's fine. I don't think it's meant to be amazing. Pokemon Adventures, I can't remember which one's which. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire? Yeah, it does say. I was like, shoot, remember my Greek symbols. Volume 2? Guess who that is? I was quite excited to see this one because it is the next volume I need in the Pokemon Adventures series. As now that I'm up to date, I'm trying to stay up to date as best as I can. This genuinely actually made me quite excited to see. What This World Is Made Of Volume 3, and the final volume in this series. Only a 3-volume series. I think I am now complete. I think I had 1 and 2 already. I have not read it yet, especially once I found out the series was only 3 volumes. I tend to prefer to read those as close together as possible, so I tried to hold off. And now I have it, so I can. Next we picked up some Puella Magi. We have actually I think they're all Puella Magi Magica Record. Oh wait, no, that one's Other Story. Other Story 2, and then the regular one 4 and 5. This is yet another series, kind of like Sword Art Online, which has so many versions, variations, different series, and I picked them up secondhand or on sale and such, and it's just very slowly getting a set of these. Though every time I turn around there's just another series, another spin-off. I'm not sure I have any record. Next we got Mob Psycho 100 Volume 11. Very, very behind on this series, but because I wasn't massive on Volume 1, I didn't want to rush to pick it up, so I'm kind of just waiting to see it secondhand and such, or in sale sections as I did with this one. So yeah, I have loads of gaps in this. I think I only have like 5 or 6 volumes of the series anyway. Gabriel Dropout Volume 12. This series is okay. It's lighthearted. I'm kind of surprised it's still going, but these sort of series tend to just never end. All of my volumes are being picked up in sale sections. Actually, all Travelling Man Warehouse sales. I think I got a lot of volumes of this series in a Travelling Man Warehouse sale. They are very, very thin, which puts me off, like, ever really paying even a 3 for 2 price for them. And look at that spine spillage. Thank goodness it was like £3. Next we have Kamen Rider Cougar Volume 3. I did buy volumes 1 and 2 originally for Ben. I don't think he has read them yet, so I haven't rushed to get him more. until I see them in sale sections like this one. So now here's another one at least. Final manga I picked up, I think, in the warehouse sale was Me and My Beast Boss Volume 1. So actually a volume I do already have, but I wanted to add it to my giveaway pile. I'd like to give this away at some point. I really, really like the series. It is not releasing volumes very quickly though, but I do really, really like it. Keep an eye out for a giveaway with this at some point. Look at my pile of shame. Next we have light novels. So first off we have 2 Seven Deadly Sins light novels. I didn't realise they were light novels when I picked them up, to be fair. 7 Stars, They Left Behind, and 7 Coloured Recollections. These are both a bit grotty. They definitely need to clean down. They're a bit like sticker residue, sort of dealerini, and also both hardcovers. No idea that there were light novels for the series, but I was like, oh, okay, that looks neat, let's grab them. As a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world 1. I'm having second thoughts on if I've accidentally already bought this for Ben, but I'll find out. If I have, it'll go in the giveaway trade pile. I haven't read the manga yet, but I do intend to this month, since it is Isekai month and I'm trying to read a load of Isekai. If the RPG world had social media, now this I believe is only 1 volume, the manga is complete at 2. It was not very good, but it was really weird, so I thought, well, let's grab it for Ben, especially since it's here in a sale section and it's only 1. Kunon the Sorcerer Can See Volume 1, absolutely no idea in the slightest what this is. Genuinely no idea. There was actually quite a few volume 1s I've just randomly grabbed for him, including Guillotine Bride, I'm Just a Dragon Girl Who'll Destroy the World, which looks probably as bad as it sounds. Miss Savage Fang, which I'm now also wondering if actually he already has and I've made a mistake on the spreadsheet. And Riviera, The Land of Prayer, Volume 1. So yeah, a whole bunch of random Volume 1s for him. This is probably the point where I'm going to start hoarding light novels for Christmas, so I need to figure out where to put them. As well as that, I also got him Hell Mode Volume 3, The Hardcore Gamer Dominates in Another Game with Garbage Balancing. He has 1 and 2, so at least he can read a clear run of this. Wandering Witch, Journey of Elena 12. He is intending to try and read more witchy light novels when we hit Witchtober this year. And that time I got Reincarnated as a Slime 14. He desperately wants to read this series of light novels, but the earlier ones are getting a bit trickier to find. But we are still randomly finding volumes. I swear every warehouse sale we get another volume, so it's just slowly but surely getting there. Okay, next we are heading into manga we picked up in store in Leeds when we went in after the warehouse. So first up we hit Forbidden Planet International, and I think I actually only picked up BL, pretty much. So the first thing I picked up was Birds of Shangri-La 3, which is a thick, chunky boy. I think this series releases a volume every couple of years. There is a person in the Discord server who is a massive, massive fan, loves the series, and is quite distraught at how infrequently it releases a series. Not to be mixed up with Shangri-La Frontier, which is a video game isekai. Yeah, I'll have to read that soon, so she can be proud of me. I got 3 and 4 of Bond of Dreams, Bond of Love, because they were on sale. Don't know anything about it. I put off buying a lot of Sublime because I don't like the spines, and I stand by that. I do not like the spines. But I'm allowing myself to get them anyway because I keep reading a bunch. And I think because I read Megami and Sigami, which is Sublime, and I enjoyed it, it's now making me want to try and find some more Sublime that I do enjoy. Because a lot of it I haven't so far. Next got volumes 5 and 6 of 10 Count. I made a slight boo-boo. I recently bought 1 to 3 on Vinted. I thought I bought 1 to 4. No, I have 1 to 3. So I am still missing 4. I'll have to go and find that. I think they did have it in Leeds. I can't remember. But hey-ho, starting to pick this series up, which I hear is filled with toxicity. Next I got 1 to 5 and 7 and 8 of Blue Morning. I don't really know why I decided to just go all in on this series, but I have done. They didn't have volume 6, so I'll try and find that somewhere else. Volumes 2 and 3 of Jealousy, because why not at this point? I was buying so much BL and I needed to make a 3 for 2. Might as well jump in and get some more. And then the only volume I realised I did pick up that wasn't BL was Dungeon of Black Company, because it was on sale as well. They actually had some like boxes underneath the shelves. I probably will have shown it off with sale stuff in it. A lot of the Dungeon of Black Company volumes weren't actually that discounted. They were like £8 or so. 6 was like the higher number. I was willing to throw this in a deal with the other 2, so I grabbed this. So that was everything I got in Forbidden Planet International. Next are my pickups from Travelling Man, the store inside of Leeds. I picked up Reborn Rich Volume 1, which I think is a new, manhwa from Seven Seas. It is in full colour. It sounds like one of those back in time stories, and I love those sort of stories. Absolutely love, 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 love. It's a bit precarious. That's more precarious. Next, I got the volumes 10 and 11 of Vagabond, because trying to now slowly pick it up now it's had a reprint. I think I'm only missing 3 and 12. These are really heavy. Next, picked up I Want to End This Love Game Volume 2. I have read Volume 1. I thought it was fine. It was okay. It felt a bit like Kaguya-sama, but a bit not as good. It was fine. It's a cute romance where they're already both very much in love with each other and they're being very awkward and high schooly teenagers with each other. It just, parts of it I felt a bit cringe, which I feel is the point, but yes. Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle 24. One of my favourites that I am very, very behind on. I can decorate this. I want to binge through these volumes as well. They're just so darn cute. I love her. Kanibanashi 6. I can't believe how quickly it's coming out. I'm just very slow with reading it. I think I've read the first 3 now. This does get a lot of hype. A lot of people love it. I am not in as much love with it as everyone else seems to be, unfortunately. But maybe I get more into it the further in I get, hopefully. Then we got Konoha's Story, the Steam Ninja Rolls manga. Not really sure what this is. I'm not sure if it's like based on one of the light novels. I'll find out when I read it. I was very excited to see Mike Guy on the cover though. Very excited. Didn't expect to see more Naruto universe manga there. That's kind of surprised me. I must have missed this. Then we have Goku... how do you pronounce it? Goku Rakugai Volume 2. I only got my Volume 1 actually quite recently. It took me a while to get Volume 1, so I've not read it yet at all, but I can read 2 together at least. And then the final volume I picked up, the best volume, the wonderful volume, is Kagami Can't Communicate 30. My, one of my favourite series of all time. I love Kagami. This is so wonderful to pick up. I was really surprised to see it. I didn't expect to see it already in Travelling Man. Not sure if this was the only copy they had or what, but this is absolutely a volume I'm going to read today or tomorrow. So happy. A couple of last bits that we picked up in the Travelling Man warehouse that were neither manga nor light novel that I almost forgot about. A couple of sets of dice. This one is like red and green, which made me think of Christmas, and this one seems to look glow in the darky, which looks cool. Absolutely no idea what these are, but Ben picked them up very excitedly. Soul Forge Fusion Starter Set and Bonus Kit. These were pretty cheap, I want to say, like £12 or so. And an RPG book, Legends of the Five Rings. What does that say? Fields of Victory. They had quite a lot of RPG books. Ben was quite excited. I'm surprised he only went for 1, but he was being good, unlike me. Yes, that was the Travelling Man Warehouse trip / haul. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments what you thought, if you saw anything in the footage that you would be interested in picking up. Also, let me know if you're going to try and make the next Travelling Man Warehouse sale as well. They do them vaguely frequently. I don't want to say they're exactly every 3-ish months, but that's probably how often I would say they are about. But there have been ones that have been close together, ones that have been further apart. Do just keep an eye out on their social medias when they post. We do also post about it in the Dudette Discord, so do join the Discord to stay up to date with announcements, stuff like that, deals, events, all that sort of jazz. Remember to like the video and subscribe, and check out my channel memberships for early access to all of my videos. Otherwise, I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!